Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. I'm Pinky Webb. Today on the program, Vice President Leni Robredo calls for the suspension of PhilHealth officials as they face probe on alleged corruption activities. Top PhilHealth officials cite health reasons for physically not attending the Senate probe, but the PhilHealth chief vows to cooperate despite his health condition. And what steps is he taking to clear his name now that the agency under his watch is hounded by alleged corruption claims? PhilHealth President and CEO Ricardo Morales joins us live. A group of PhilHealth employees wants President Rodrigo Duterte to appoint a caretaker who could temporarily take charge of the embattled agency amid its numerous controversies. The group says the leave of absence and resignation of its top officials could compromise agency operations while congressional and other probes continue. During the House and Senate probe last week, PhilHealth officials were accused of stealing some 15 billion pesos from the agency, apart from other fraudulent schemes. Vice President Leni Robredo has sought the suspension of officials involved to allow authorities to make room for a more in-depth investigation on the agency's long-standing issues of corruption. Let's go straight to the source of the story. We have Philippine Health Insurance Corporation President and CEO Ricardo Morales. General Morales, welcome to the show and thank you for your time, sir.
Hi, Pinky. Good morning, and good morning to all your listeners. Magandang umaga.
Your doctor advised you to go on medical leave while undergoing chemotherapy. General Morales, will you heed your doctor's advice?
No, because I was diagnosed in February, and there are a lot of things happening in PhilHealth that I think the disruption would not be good, and I was still physically capable of carrying out my duties here, so I continued. I continued in spite of my doctor's advice. So yeah, I disobeyed my doctor.
So that means in the Senate hearing, General Morales, you will be showing up, though not physically, not in the Senate.
Yeah, online. I was allowed. I was allowed to participate online. So I will be online in the hearing.
You were saying that you were diagnosed with this condition, sir, in February, and that from what I read, you had already started a round of chemotherapy since then. Is this correct, sir?
Yes, I have not finished my chemotherapy sessions. And by the way, I really feel humiliated by my medical condition being brought out in public. You know, in PhilHealth, we're very careful with our patients' data because it involves private and personal data. So I feel that my privacy was violated when they published my medical certificate. That was not part of what I understood we provided the information for.
And while you are disappointed, sir, and you feel bad about that, is there anything you plan to do about it, sir?
Well, I'm having some lawyers look at it, see if the privacy law has been violated. But maybe the Senate is, but maybe they're above the privacy law. I don't know. I'll have the lawyers look at it.
So, because that letter was sent to the Senate Committee of the Whole, what did you want, what did you expect from them, sir, with regards to this letter that your doctor sent? Ano ho yung gusto nyo sanang lumabas dito after that letter being sent to the Senate Committee of the Whole?
Para lang payagan ako mag-appear online. That was all. That's to justify my appearance online.
So, in other words, sir, it's almost as if you were saying that it would have been better. Please correct me if I'm wrong, General. Ano, it would have been better if sinabi na lang po ng Senado that General Morales will have to appear online instead of in the Senate because of a health condition. Tama ho kaya yon?
Yes, yes. I would really, that was what I thought
I see.
would happen.
General, you said that you were diagnosed in Feb and then that you had started a set of chemotherapy already. The question is, during the first hearing, sir, why did your doctor not tell the Senate about this last week?
Well, because she knew I would not listen. Matagal na ito eh. I was undergoing chemo since May. But Pinky, it really embarrasses me to talk about my personal health condition.
Okay.
I would prefer if we would not discuss this because I think I have been exposed enough and humiliated enough. If you don't mind.
General, I respect that. Let's move on. So you said that you will still attend the hearing, although it will be online.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, because there was one statement made by Senator Ping Lacson. Basically, sir, just to reword it, ang sabi niya, sayang daw if in case you don't attend the hearing, because there will be resource persons revealing you information. So to this, you will be able to answer any information or any revelation coming from other resource persons.
Yes, the reason I'll attend, because the last hearing Pinky was 10 hours. It was a 10-hour session and we actually we could not, we could not, hindi kami nakakain because siguro sa stress. So it was really a grueling session. And so towards the end, medyo nagkaka-fuzzy na yung answer namin. I hope this time, and this is the reason why I'm going to attend, so that to clarify some of the issues that were brought up then, and maybe to be able to clarify them in this session. So that's the reason I want to attend, to be able to clarify and to explain our side in this session. And I'm grateful that they will allow me to appear online in this session tomorrow.
General, I spoke to Senator Ping Lacson also last week, and he said, I was asking him about any liability or culpability you may have. But even before that, he had spoken to the Senate reporters through Zoom, I believe, and he said, there are two things. Si General Morales could have been, parang you weren't smart enough, but he used another word, sir, to have known that this was going on. That's the first, sir. Or the second could have been you were co-opted. What do you say to that, sir?
The problem of fraud in PhilHealth is systemic. So it requires a systemic solution. All these investigations of fraud that is being done now is not going to solve the fraud problem because it is deep-seated and long-term. Only a systemic solution will suffice. And what is that systemic solution? When I came in, me and my executive vice president, we wanted to get a global management consulting firm to revamp the organization, to really look at it from the ground up, to look at the organization as a whole, have perspective, have experience. And we were in early discussion with such a consulting firm. Ito sana ang talagang makakatulong sa PhilHealth. But we did not get any support from the board, from the higher ups. So now what we're doing it on our own with the organic sources na they are also doing the day-to-day functions of the corporation aside from implementing the universal healthcare law, transforming to the new organization, and then tumama pa yung COVID. So I really wanted to get that consulting firm to help us. We did not get that. Second, I underestimated the time it would take to put up the information system up and running. I thought 1 year would be enough to get the IT system up and running. Mali. There were a lot of difficulties. We had the board member who was not too familiar with information system, and then well-meaning, but still ignorant about IT system. And then when it was explained to him and he could not understand it, he concluded that it was fraudulent. So there are a lot of issues kung bakit hindi napaandar yung information system. I put a lot of stock in that, which was my mistake kasi hindi pala kaya isang taon eh. The other one, sa fraud naman, I liaised with PACC, with the Chairman Dante Jimenez. I even assigned the lawyer to liaise with PACC, pointedly asking, hanapin itong source na, you know, the famous 154 billion na nawawala daw. But I was not getting feedback regarding that issue. So I assigned another lawyer. Ito na nga si Attorney Kit. Iba naman ang ginawa nito. So, yeah, we liaised with the agencies, the NBI, I met with the Ombudsman, and we were really, but you know, I could not use internal resources to conduct an internal investigation for obvious reasons. Kasi kung nasa loob yung mga gumagawa, you will meet a blank wall. So dapat outside ang gumagawa. And so I'm very interested and curious about itong investigation ng PACC under Mr. Benjica. Kasi baka mas effective siya na outside agency ang nag-imbestiga eh. Baka mas effective yun.
But he could be effective, sir, although he did not identify those they want charged. But it also doesn't mean that, it means you could be part of it, sir, of those that could be charged, or you could also not be part of those that can be charged. So, kung kayo po ay kasali dun sa kanyang i-charge, palagay niyo ho ba effective pa?
Well, outside kasi siya eh. So, if he conducts an investigation, no, he will be more effective than internal. Kasi pag taga rito ang gagawa ng investigasyon, magkakaroon ng, kung may collusion, magba-blank wall yan. Blank wall. So, yeah, I'm interested kung anong lalabas, whether my name is there or not. Let the chips fall where they may.
And what is your name? What if your name is part of it, General?
I'll explain it. I'll try to explain it. Anyway, these are still, preliminary findings pa lang. I'm sure in our justice system, we'll be allowed to explain. You know, kaya nga, in some instances, we are already prejudged. And that's the issue na, although there's fraud. Fraud was here in PhilHealth long before I got here. It will be here long after I'm gone here. But we have to get to the bottom of all these accusations so that justice will be done.
Sabi niyo nga, sir, the IT system, number one, could have helped solve the problem of corruption, fraudulent claims, etc. inside PhilHealth. When I spoke to Senator Ping Lacson, ang tinanong ko sa kanya, you know, how you've done, how you're doing. I remember, sir, he said that 1 year should have been enough for General Morales to somehow clean up the agency. But now, sir, aside from the ghost dialysis, bago pa po kayo nun, wala pa po kayo nun, rather, and then now we have these IRM problems, IT problems, switch problems, etc., sir. Some also documents and deals flagged by the COA. What do you say to that, sir? Parang hindi ho ba naging sapat yung isang taon to make some strides to be able to fight this corruption inside PhilHealth?
Kulang isang taon, kulang ang 3 taon. Right now, we have about 20,000 cases of potential fraud in our legal offices. About 8,000 here in central office and about 12,000 in the regions, equivalent to about 4.5 billion. So that is the fraud.
40K. Okay.
Yes, 4.5 billion worth.
Go ahead, sir.
Potential fraud, 20,000 cases. So that is the anti-fraud mechanism of PhilHealth working. The other development that I think is very useful, we commissioned the study. PhilHealth is interested in fraud. We commissioned the study, which was completed in December last year. And the estimate was that our fraud index is 7.5%. So in other words, for every peso spent, about 7.5 centavos goes to fraud. So that is now a target we
Right.
have to look at. Now, if last year we spent 136 billion in benefit payments, about 10 billion of that is fraud. Where is this fraud? Most probably in the hospitals. Today, Pinky, as we speak, there are hospitals out there that are charging COVID rates for non-COVID cases. Namatay sa aksidente, chinarge sa COVID. Nangyayari yan. And so we are alerting our regional offices to go after these hospitals and to see to it that these are corrected if there is anybody guilty to be punished. So, fraud is endemic. Kaya kailangan nga systemic yung approach eh. Systemic yung approach sa anti-fraud sa PhilHealth.
And systemic in a way that what, sir? Number one, the IT project. What else?
Malaki ang bagay ng IT because all the transactions will now be traced. We know the identity of the patient. We know if the patient is alive. If this treatment na binigay sa kanya follows his historical pattern, his health profile, we will know that. It's a big thing to have this information system up and running.
But apart from that, sir, what else can solve this problem aside from this IT project?
Well, yung ating yung legal effort in the courts, ang batting average natin mahina eh. Even the Wellmed case, a famous Wellmed case, not technical yun eh. I think it did not prosper because there was a technicality in the filing of the case. So, ang batting average natin sa judicial procedure is quite weak. But we have kasi a memorandum of agreement with the NBI and I think the Department of Justice. Criminal cases, they take care of criminal cases. Yung admin cases, we do it internally.
Right. And I have a follow-up on that, sir, but we need to go on a break. But let me ask you this. Ang sinabi po kasi ng NBI during their investigation, nagkakaroon ho sila ng, nahihirapan daw po sila dahil of the non-cooperation of PhilHealth in submitting particular documents. Ito po ay nanggaling doon sa anti-graft chief. And this is about ghost dialysis, ghost patients, and upcasing. What I'm trying to say is, sir, it's as if the ball is on your side of the court because the NBI is saying, hindi kompleto yung binibigay na dokumento ng PhilHealth, kaya kami nahihirapan.
As far as I know, we provided them boxes and boxes of documents. And I think there were 20 executives here whom they named in connection with that Wellmed case on the basis of the documents that we provided. So I'm surprised that they're saying nahirapan sila because if they ask for it, they're a government investigating agency. We will cooperate fully, and we have. We have cooperated.
Do you think someone there is not cooperating, sir? Ganun ho kaya yon?
Say again?
Do you think somebody in PhilHealth is not cooperating and actually sending the required documents that the NBI is asking?
It's possible. It's possible. I have not heard of it, but I'm supposed to have an open line with the NBI. I have not received any information about this. I even sent a liaison officer to liaise with them. I have not received any information that they are not receiving what they ask for.
All right, we'll continue our conversation with PhilHealth Chief Ricardo Morales. After the break, we'll talk about his options amid the ongoing investigation into corruption allegations against his embattled agency. The Source, we'll be right back. You're watching the source on CNN Philippines. Our guest today, PhilHealth Chief Ricardo Morales. Sir, the President ordered a task force headed by the DOJ to look into these alleged anomalies. Sabi po, investigate, prosecute, suspend, and even imprison. Are you confident that you will be cleared in this investigation?
Of course, yeah. Baka mapahiya pa nga ako, makita ng bahay ko eh. Of course, yeah.
All right.
I welcome it. I have nothing to hide. I might be embarrassed, but I have nothing to hide.
But sabi niyo po kanina, General, I heard you, please correct me if I'm wrong, sabi mo nakausap niyo po yung ombudsman. When was this and what was this about? If I heard
Very
you right.
very early when I just got here. So I did not yet have any starting points. Wala pa ako may bigay. Parang
Alright, okay.
touch base lang yung touch base. So.
Okay. Yung ombudsman is investigating the PACC, as we talked about, the Office of the President, sir, the DOJ, the Senate, and the House. Does this in any way, sir, affect your job right now? Is this becoming a distraction, or are you even feeling any pressure because of so many bodies investigating PhilHealth?
You know, this is an opportunity for PhilHealth because it should be elevated into its proper status in our society. You know, this is a vehicle for improving the lives of many Filipinos, all Filipinos in fact. And it should be given the right emphasis. So this is an opportune time for that, na makita nila that they should really, you know, for example, Pinky, we're spending 136 billion sa benefit payments last year, and then yung aming IT system, 2 billion. That is not even 1% of what we're spending. So we are underspending for what we should be spending on, and I hope this interest from all sectors of our government and our society will put the proper spotlight on PhilHealth. So PhilHealth can benefit from this interest.
Yeah.
For as long as they want to help
But
PhilHealth.
I also needed...
Yeah. Many people
I
are
also needed to
interested in
add this.
PhilHealth for their own, you know, personal agenda, not to help PhilHealth.
The public definitely, sir, is very interested because this is money that inaambag po namin every month or every quarter or even every year, depende po sa nagbabayad. But let me add this, sir. You have, well, I know we shouldn't talk about your condition. I respect that, sir. But there are two other issues that need to be discussed here. You have the PhilHealth Vice President, sir, Arnel De Jesus, sending a letter due to an emergency health condition, sir. I guess, General Morales to some who are questioning the timing of these issues na magkakaroon ng pangalawang hearing ng Senado, tapos ito naman si Vice President Arnel De Jesus sinasabi meron siyang emergency health condition.
Well, you will have to ask his doctor. Yung aming EVP is a you know, he is an industry icon. He is a retired partner of SGB. So when you talk about auditing and accounting, he knows his marbles. And, you know, he does not need his job. I asked him to help me. He was retired. I asked him to help me because he was very well qualified to look at the finances of this corporation. So as to his condition, well, only his doctor can answer that. Siguro masama lang yung timing, nagkasabay kami.
Paano po yung irrevocable resignation naman ni VP for Operations Augustus de Villa? Did he elaborate, sir? Kasi sinabi, there was a report that he had told you about this. What is the reason for this, sir?
He said family reasons. You know, this is a man-killing job, Pinky. I think you appreciate that. So his family asked him. He's also retired. He was the Surgeon General of the Armed Forces, so he knows hospitals. He knows hospital administration. And but I think the pressure of the job and his family already asked him that you know he doesn't need. I agree with him. So I'm sad to see him go because I need him here, but I respect his decision.
Okay.
So that was his reasons
All
for.
right. We just need to take an. All right, sir. We just need to take a very short break. The source will be right back. I have one last question, sir, that we're airing here on television, and because we'll go extend later on Facebook. General, at any time, did you consider taking a leave of absence or resigning?
At any time until this time. We are in a difficult, PhilHealth is in a difficult time right now because we are in the midst of implementing the Universal Healthcare Law. And if you look at the history of this corporation, one of the reasons na di-delay yung IT system because mabilis magpalit ng CEO. Binabago yung signature, binabago everything, the documents have to be changed. So that caused another delay. I was trying to avoid that. One of the reasons that I did not want to resign. And the other one, implementing the Universal Healthcare Law, which I think is very important. So kailangan ng stability doon. And then we got hit by COVID. So, sinasabi nila, it's not wise to change horses in the middle of the stream. So that was what I was trying to avoid. But, in this case, nature has intervened and we'll have to take the doctor's advice.
Which is?
Say again?
General, I heard you say nature has intervened and will have to take the doctor's advice. So are you saying that you will take a leave of absence?
Well, I have already relayed to my bosses my intentions, and it's up to them to decide. My fate is in their hands. My fate
Did you
is
offer
in
to
their
take a
hands.
leave of absence or resign, sir?
Medical leave.
Yeah, but
medical
did you
leave.
offer to... I see.
Medical
So
leave.
in-offer nyo na po na mag-medical leave. So
Yes.
in-offer nyo na po na mag-medical leave for now.
Yes. But they still haven't decided, so I'm
All right,
still awaiting.
Okay. All right. General Morales, sir, thank you so much for your time, and I wish you well, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.